Hi, my name is Eventyr, and in this video I just basically want to showcase Wanderer's Guide to Merchant Magic, which is a book we recently published. We launched the Kickstarter campaign for Wanderer's Guide to Merchant Magic back in May of 2021, so that's half a year ago, and we finally published the PDF of the book here in November, and it's live on eventyrgames.com. So Wanderer's Guide to Merchant Magic is basically 166 pages of 5e content that is supposed to make dealing with magic items, trading magic items, bartering magic items way easier in 5th edition, because it's something that we see a lot of DMs and players having trouble with. That's also the inspiration for the book. I was getting really tired of having to always figure out on the fly how a magic shop would look like, or spend several hours preparing and putting together inventories and trying to figure out how much would this item cost, and then the characters pull forth an item and we want to sell this item, and I have to figure out, okay, what's that worth, and could they trade this for that, or is that unbalanced? And it's a lot of work, and even for a DM who's been DMing for a long time like myself, it's a lot of work, and I can only have sympathy for new DMs who stand in the same situation. So that's basically the reason why we decided to make Wanderer's Guide to Merchant Magic, which is in essence 23 magic shops. They have full descriptions. There's an NPC shopkeeper for each. They have inventories. They also sometimes, or most of the time, have stat blocks and quest hooks. So if a player character goes, hey, I want to sell this item we just found, and another player character goes, well, could I maybe pick up a new axe? This axe isn't as good anymore, and blah blah blah. You have something you can put in front of them that can actually facilitate that trade. Not only that, Wanderer's Guide to Merchant Magic also has a play-tested and proven bargaining system where you have some easy and relatively simple rules to follow when you're dealing with magic items. If you want to systemize or have some mechanics that can help you, give some guidelines basically for how magic items are haggled for. Beyond that, we of course also have wealth guidelines and stuff that deals with handling magic items. How do you handle it if the characters get their hands on a lot of magic items, or they loot a shop, stuff like that. How can we ensure that the game's balance is maintained even though we're making magic items more available to the player characters? Because we reached a ton of stretch goals on the Kickstarter campaign, we also have actually 4 adventures in the book that all revolve around some of the merchants. Then of course we also have 120 new magic items, which is unique to the book, and alongside the magic items that are in the SRD, the System Reference Document. That's basically all of the magic items in the Dungeon Master's Guide, and the 120 new, all of those are also priced and valued in the book, so you have a long list. You can go down and see, okay, this item is worth 4,000 gold pieces. Lastly, we also have some roll tables for rolling up your own magic shops. That's basically tables with names, quirks. So if you are in that, you want to create your own thing, but you're not entirely sure what it's going to look like and how you want it to be, you can roll around these tables and make one from scratch, or just get some inspiration for how to describe and fill up your magic shop. Throughout the book, we've tried to stuff it with as much original art. There is original art for nearly all of the 120 magic items, as well as the 23 shopkeepers, and that's one of the reasons I'm incredibly proud of it, because it's just one of the prettiest, best looking books that we've ever made. It is the prettiest, best looking book we've ever made. In addition, we have also been blessed with a few partners that I'd like to highlight. We have DM Dave providing a merchant in there. We have Sly Flourish, which some of you may recognize. He's a great guy. He's also provided a merchant for the book. And then there's Anne Gregersen, who was actually a co-writer on Icewind Dale, Rime of Frostmaiden, and a fellow Dane. So yeah, that's basically the ad segment. If you want to get a good book about merchants and magic, or just either or, you can head to the link in the description down below and pick it up right now. And if you want the hardcover, which I hope that you do, I'm particularly excited about getting that on my shelf. You can pre-order it from our webpage as well, and it will probably arrive somewhere in March, April. There's a little crisis with distribution and all that, so it's not entirely sure exactly when you'll get it, but you will get it, that much I can promise. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'm happy that you followed along, and I hope that you will join us in the next one.